Hey traders, David Frost, My Strategic Forecast. You're here for another episode of Common Sense Market Analysis. Today is Thursday, June 20, 2024. We're looking at a daily chart of the SPY or Spider, which is the proxy for the S&P 500. What do we have on the docket today? Well, the first thing we notice is she got up to the next semi-fat round number of 550. Remember, we're still in the midst of a melt-up operation. However, and there's always a however, she has been, of late, getting too far / extended from home base. Home base is the 20-period moving average. 550 was the next natural semi-fat round number. When we talk about big, fat, semi-fat round numbers, it works like this. Let's start with 500, big, fat round number. 5 1/4, that's pretty important. Not as important as 550, and 500 is more important than 550, but guess what? 600 has more importance than 550 and 575. So you see how this goes? There are numbers along the way that are important, but to what degree they are important matters in the conversation. They're at 550. They pulled back from 550. But what else do we have on the docket? Let's not forget, 4:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, the 20th of June, is the summer solstice. It is the longest day of the year. And what we do know in these type of tinfoil hat events, markets like to trade up into or down into these events, and they can turn upon these events. Doesn't have to be that minute, that day, but we're looking for a shift. Why is that? Well, we go with the beginning and the ending conversation. I discuss this in the live room each and every day, or a lot of the time with the members in there, which is everything has a beginning and an end. It doesn't just apply to tinfoil hat stuff. It applies to the market all over the place. So when there's a beginning and an end, when one thing begins, another thing is ending. When one thing ends, a new thing is beginning. We have a change in seasons, is the summer solstice. One thing ended, a new thing is beginning. That's important in the universe. It's important in our lives. And as a subset, it's also important in the markets. It's also quad witching options expiration this week. Regular way options expiration. It is a quarterly expiration. We also have rebalancing going on. There will be a flood of volume tomorrow, likely at the end of the day, with some rebalancing activities, index rebalancing. Is it going to impact anything else? Not really. It's just information. Remember this from Tuesday? This was the title of Tuesday's video, Looking for a Turn. Well, we don't know for sure whether we got the turn today or not, but what we can say is we knew the reasons why we were looking for a turn, and frankly, it wasn't only the summer solstice / tinfoil hat event. We have on the daily chart an on-time type of situation today. We'll call it today / tomorrow. Summer solstice, tinfoil hat event, on-time day, kind of interesting information. But wait, there's more. It's also, sit down for this one, an on-time week type of situation. Tinfoil hat, quad witching options expiration, on-time day, on-time week. There's a lot of stuff stacking up, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. We're looking for a turn. Now, just because there's a red candle on the screen from today's activity doesn't constitute a turn. I said we're looking for a turn, not we got a turn. However, we did have somewhat of a pickup in volume today, and that was as the market declined a little bit. Of note, puzzle piece on the table. All those things are on the table. They're creating what I like to call a full stack. Let's talk lazy swing trader automagical algo system. We had 3 profit targets hit today on long trades. Frontline, FRO, buy alert issued at 23.80 the other day. Sell alert today. First profit target, turning it into a risk-free, emotionless trade. Was gapping higher at the opening bell. Nice trade. Base hits put you in the Hall of Fame. It's now risk-free, emotionless. We're still holding for other price targets. Market's down today. FRO's up 2.67%. We're long. Funny how that works. About Gilead. We're long Gilead. Buy alert 64.29. You can see what happened today. Nice pop higher. 67.89 was the first profit target. The rest is, yes, a risk-free, emotionless trade. Lazy swing trader, automagical algo system. Up 8.5% today. Stock market was down. We're long Gilead. Funny how that works. Short trade, $90.21, just issued. The alert just went out this afternoon. Lazy swing trader, automagical algo, nicely in the money already. Trade's a couple of hours old. The numbers work. Not every trade works, but the numbers work. On this one, it's like we have a big lead off second base. We're going to steal third and catch the catcher by surprise. All based on the algorithm that puts out the trades automated. How you doing? Little housekeeping item. Something came up this afternoon. I will not be running the live room tomorrow, but Jordan will take the room. He will be the moderator on Friday. Inside the Numbers commentary, the pre-market stuff, that'll all be posted, but I do have to leave before the market opens. But the work will be done as usual in the morning. The numbers, the commentary, everything you need as far as I can tell from the pre-market setup / schematic. Not by choice, but I have to take a what they call personal day. Speaking of inside the numbers, what happened today in the commentary? What happened today inside the numbers? What happened today in the live room? Anybody make money today in the live room? Help a brother out, not me. I'm not the brother. The brother are all the other traders out there that are looking for answers. They're looking for a place they can find success, learn how the market works, learn how to trade the market, find information that's helpful to them, and go forward in a positive fashion. Is this the place they can do that? Let traders know underneath this video. Post a comment. What's your experience? Please. So right out of the gate today, they've arrived at 550. So that's a big fat round number. It is a magnet. It draws price in. Also is natural place for overhead resistance. Had some stuff higher today, but they never really went higher, so we don't have to worry about that. The flat line, meaning Tuesday's close, was down at 548.50, and then we had 547.40. We have other numbers, but just wanted to give you the pre-market setup. Remember, pause the video, read the notes, go back to the chart, and double-check the work. Did we have traders shorting the tape today? I was looking to short it up near 551, even up to 552.35. They never got there, but what we did have was traders buying the gap this morning for a bounce, 548.50 in the live room. Gave traders a choice. You could buy the gap, but you have to be prepared if they go lower to 547.40. If they go lower, you got to be prepared to A, take the ride, or B, buy it again down there and average your cost basis. They bounced it at the gap. Traders got a scalp. Good on them. Did we have traders that shorted the tape around the open on the gap up this morning? Yes, we did. Wasn't my cup of tea until they got higher, but we certainly had what's called participation. This is live room stuff. So early in the morning, below 550, they can fall to where the gap is considered now unfinished business. You see that. Right of the vertical is today's activity, 5-minute chart. 548.50 is the gap. It was unfinished business. They came into it, tested it for a few minutes, and had a little bounce back in the other direction for a trade. Did we have traders ride it up to 549.50, and how would they possibly know that? The answer is yes, and I'll show you. From the buy at 548.50. This is live room stuff. Let's scroll up. Remember, pause the video, read the notes, do the work, do the homework. 1023 on a bounce. 549.50 is natural resistance. And then if they get above, back to 550. 549.50. We'll issue that a funny how that works. It's all in here. Pause the video, read the notes, go back to the chart to double check the work. Afternoon schematic, afternoon numbers. What do we got? Well, we got two numbers. We got 547.50 that was not satisfied in the morning. And then below, we also have 545.40 if they're below and they continue lower, which they did. 547.50, 545.40. Now, you see what happened here. They blew through 547.50. Again, herein lies, it's a morning business in my mind. The trades get harder after the morning session. We talk about it at length in the live trading room, and it's statistically proven by many of our members that have done the work. They've looked at their trades over time, the ones that have taken, let's say, before 11:30 versus the ones that are taken after 11:30, two totally different markets. But 545.40, by the way, was what we call in the trading parlance a bullseye. Funny how that one works too. It pays to know your numbers. Not every one of them works right away at the first hit. However, if you have a second number, you have a zone, and then you have therein lies a support zone. Light bulbs going off. What about stocks on the move? Well, we had two possibles today. ENPH didn't hit its entry objective. Came close. It's off the board, but came close. And then Danaher, DHR, did hit its entry objective. We'll take a look at the chart. Just for kicks, we'll take a look at Enphase, ENPH. You could see low of day over here, 107.65, 107.37 was my entry. That was the trade you're looking for, the rocket ride right away from that number. From a day trading perspective, that's up several dollars. That was fantastic. It's a would have been, could have been, should have been, but wasn't at the number. The numbers work. This one just didn't get there. Sometimes they come up short. Other times they spike them through. What about Danaher? Well, guess what? Open below the first number. What does that do? It takes the first number off the table. It never existed in our minds. Therefore, the second number is immediately activated. What did they do? They worked their way down to the second number, 247.29, had a rip-roaring rocket right away from it from a day trading perspective, up back to 250, give or take, and that's a nice trade in the day trading / scalping world. Might as well issue a funny how that works while we're at it. Now, what's going on over in Camp IWM? Well, they were stymied again on the upside by the convergence of the 50 and 100 period moving average. Below those moving averages, the trend is your friend. While they're above the 200 on the daily, it doesn't matter. Trend is your friend when they're below all these three on the daily chart. And certainly they could be putting in a higher low up here. So you have a low over here, and then you have a potential higher low over here. But you break this low, and there's more downside coming. From a weekly chart perspective, we'll be interested to see where she closes tomorrow at the weekly close, Friday's close, above or below the 20-period moving average around 204, give or take. If she can work their way back up there before the close tomorrow, that will be a bullish signal. 2 weeks below, and then a recapture. We're going to take that at face value. That will be a puzzle piece. It will be on the table if, and it's a capital I, capital if that did happen. What about the folks down at the transportation department? Nice little rally day today, up over 1%. We had Camp IWM, my favorite market leading indicator, down, and we had the transports, the folks down at the transportation department, well, they were up, so it kind of cancels out in terms of leading indicators. We're not going to call this 1% up day a total canary in the coal mine, but she did recapture the 20-period moving average firmly in a downtrend. She would have to break the chain. Just look at this way. You have a high, you have a lower high, wrong tool. Let me redo that. You have a lower high, and then you have more lower highs. And if she breaks the chain, that's one thing. But until or unless she breaks the chain, she's making lower highs. This is a negative on the chart. Period. Full stop. Weekly chart holding the 100-week moving average, which is the purple sloping trend line. That is a positive. If there is a positive, is she going to rally back to the convergence of the 50 and 20? Maybe so, but this is still in a downtrend until proven otherwise. We do have a channel / triangle. We have the bottom end, which is this trend line on the lower portion, and the top end. It's not really a channel, but it is a channel. And the top end, so they can rally up to the top, down to the bottom. Breaking the bottom or breaking the top is a breakdown or breakout. Trading in this range while there can be and are trades in there from top to bottom, middle, this, that, and the other thing, there's still in that range where it's ultimately inconclusive for a bigger move. The bigger move will come when she breaks out of the top or the bottom. Write that down, put it on a sticky note, and keep it. Q's had a down day. I know nobody's used to seeing that, but they did have a down day. And guess what? What did we talk about last week? Again, same routine with home base, the 20-period moving average. Doesn't like to get too far. Whenever she does get too far, it's likely a retreat / retracement. Eat time off the clock. Give the 20 a chance to creep up the price. Price creeps down toward the 20. They work off some of the fake overbought condition. And I say fake because there's really no such thing as an overbought or oversold condition. It's just, is the market extended? There's no such thing as overbought. What does that mean? When exactly is something overbought or oversold? What is the number? There is no gauge. It's just a term. You look at the weekly chart. We'll see if anything further develops by the close of the week. But nevertheless, again, same routine, just high on the chart, away from home base. Doesn't mean it's bearish. It just means what I said. High on the chart, away from home base. Eventually, they're going to pull back toward home base. From where is the question? We have all that stuff, the full stack from earlier in the video. It's not just the S&P. All markets are treated the same way. They all act the same way. It's all the same market. If you're going to have a big rally, everything goes up together. If you're going to have big decline, everything goes down together. It's just the way it works. XLF, $40.36. We knew about this number. They hit it. They bounced off of it. And here they are. The low is $40.37. No accidents nor coincidences. And therefore, above all the moving averages, the trend is who? She's your friend. After testing the 20 finally, closing the week back above it, that is a bullish signal if she does by Friday's close. How about Smash Mouth? Got a little reversal-ish situation going on? Is this the first trip in the downward direction? Is this the first leg to fall? The first domino in a chain? This is a reversal candle on the daily chart. Look at this volume. Look over here from before. Look at the volume on that day. Pretty similar. It's not the same, but it's pretty similar. We'll see what happens by Friday's close tomorrow, but that looks to me like a tail in development on the weekly chart. Reversal on the daily, tail in development on the weekly. Signs and/or signals of trend changes, full stack situation, on-time day, on-time week, tinfoil hat. I mean, how many times do they have to slap you in the face? Doesn't guarantee anything's going to work, but the more things you have pointing at the same thing, 3 guys tell you you're drunk, go take a seat. Have I told you how much I appreciate each and every one of you? Without you, these videos, they're not possible. That is true and accurate information. We're pulling the ripcord here today. I am David Frost, My Strategic Forecast. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Common Sense Market Analysis.